Hey, what's up, Silver Stackers? Thank you for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer. Silver stacking can be extremely overwhelming when we first start because there's so many different types of silver to stack. The million-dollar question that we all face when we start stacking is, should we buy coins or bars? What's the better buy? What's the better type of silver to stack? Well, let me tell you something. It's probably true for most stackers is what you like right now, what you stack right now is probably going to change over the years. When I first started, I was in love with poured silver. I love the pirate treasure feel of the bars and being able to touch the silver with my bare hands, and I loved it. But over time, I started liking coins. I hated coins when I first started stacking. I didn't like them. I wanted silver for that pirate treasure feel. I hated coins, but over time I started appreciating the artwork and the history with coins and some of the stories that these coins told, and now I only like coins. I don't really like bars. It's going to change. Now, there are a lot of big differences. You're going to hear people say, and this is true, there's no wrong way to stack as long as you're buying silver, you're doing something right. 99% of the world doesn't have silver. We're the one percenters. But there is a silver stacking strategy for a reason. We're strategizing, and what works for you might not work for me and vice versa. So we're going to break down what type of silver is best for you. Now, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm going to share from my experience what the differences are so you can apply that to your own strategy, since everyone has different financial situations, has different reasons for stacking, will be selling their silver in different time frames. Maybe you're 70 years old and this is more retirement. Maybe you're 30 years old and you're just starting. Maybe you are going to be selling at a local coin shop. Maybe you're going to be selling on eBay. There's so many different factors and variables. So I can't just say this is what you need to do, because that might not work for you. It's also why in the comment section you can't argue with people saying that someone else is doing it wrong, because maybe that is what they're supposed to be doing. But anyway, this is an article going over coins and bars, and I like this because it breaks down the pros and the cons. And I actually busted out my phone and made an entire list. I made an entire list, and I just went over coins and bars, the differences, the pros, the cons, the in-betweens. So I think I'm going to cover the article first, and then I'll share my list of things, my bullet points. I think it's going to be extremely helpful, not just to hear my point of view, but to hear what someone else has to say as well. And then I'll branch off of, this article. Maybe they missed something. Maybe they bring some good points that I didn't mention. Regardless, though, just keep an open mind. Hopefully, this is a very educational video to anyone, especially a beginner, that's just trying to figure out what's the best way to go. The link to this article will be in the description. If you want to buy coins or bars, there's a deal. I have a deal right now, actually. You can get Britannias, Krugerrands, Philharmonics, even backdated Maples for only $4.75 over spot. Just send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. They'll be glad to hear it. I have more info in the description on how to purchase from Miles Franklin. Let's jump into this. Physical gold and silver. Bars, coins, and rounds. And by the way, the difference between a coin and a round is that a coin is government backed. Those are your Eagles, your Britannias, your Maples, coins that are government backed. Your Krugerrands, your Kookaburras. Those are coins. Rounds are private mints. It's called generic silver. You don't call a round a coin because that isn't legal tender. That's not an actual government-backed coin. A round is a sunshine mint round. There's a lot of different types of rounds. Rounds are usually cheaper as well. So anyways, physical gold is sold in the form of bars, coins, and rounds. These physical forms of gold are internationally regarded as a store of value, which is a textbook definition of money. Physical gold unlike its paper counterpart, is a safe haven and can dependably diversify your portfolio, protecting it against volatility and other assets. It offers protection against currency debasement. We already know all this. Let's go into the differences. I don't like when articles will say something and just anyways. Differences between coins and bars. Given the choice between coins and bars, there are some differences to consider. Bullion coins are round and produced to exacting specifications by governments the world over. Coins carry the status of legal tender. That's what I was just talking about. Each side of a coin carries a design which changes from year to year. Coins come in a variety of sizes, typically 1/2, 1/4, 1/10 troy ounces. Their weight and purity are guaranteed by the governments that produce them. Bars and coins, gold stacks. Bars are rectangular slabs produced by private mints, usually marked by the mint that produced them. They vary slightly in size from mint to mint. They can be purchased in 1 to 10 ounces, and this article is very off. Unlike coins, they are not considered legal tender. You can get bars in 1 gram bars, you can get kilo, you can get 100 gram bars, you can get any type of bar. Same with coins, you can get 2 ounce coins like the Queen's Beast series. I mean, just forget all that. Let's just see the points they make. And yes, I do like the point they made about bars are made from private mints. There's also different types of bars. There's poured silver, there's cast bars. Some people have, they pour their bars in their garage or their basement or wherever, and they're their own company. Or maybe you're a bigger refiner, like Geiger or Volcambi, but maybe you're like MK Bars or OPM or someone a little smaller that does it that just like Hi Ho Silver, Pitt Bullion, Michael Pitt Bullion. Those guys are legends in the silver community, and they pour that silver themselves, but they have big businesses, which can also actually bring an advantage to bars because they almost are collectible. It's like a piece of artwork when it comes to poured silver, at least. Like these guys make these bars in their garage, so there's not a whole lot of those compared to a factory just busting out cast bars, thousands a day or whatever. These guys hand pour each one, have different pour lines. There's a lot more, I guess, appreciation in poured silver when you get some of these, and I appreciate that. I love that part of it. It's almost like a collectible. It's a piece of artwork. So, anyways, advantages of gold and silver coins. Metal are more collectible than bars. Because they are universally recognized, they are easier to resell or trade than bars, which I don't agree with the easier to resell or trade. Maybe trade, but I don't. Bars are very liquid. See, that's why I like covering articles like this, because maybe someone's never seen my channel. A new stacker just sees this and they think this is all what it is, when a lot of these points are very wrong. Coins are valued as legal tender in the country which they are minted and are valued in the market for their precious metal content. Sometimes coins can be purchased at or below spot price of the metal. Coins are never purchased below spot price, by the way. Most coins are actually a lot pricier above spot price than bars are. Further analysis, check out our post on old coins that are worth money. Now, this is from preciousmetals.com, by the way. You would think out of any site, preciousmetals.com would be the most accurate. So let me bring some context into this. There's bullion coins, there's semi-numismatic coins, and then there's numismatic. 3 different types of coins. Semi-numismatic's a little contradicting because a bullion coin is sold just for the silver. Just for the silver. Numismatic is just for the collectability. A lot of times there's not even precious metals in a numismatic coin. Semi-numismatic means the coin is sold for the metal inside of it, the 1 ounce of silver inside of it, but there's also collectability to it. And that's your coins like your pandas, your Krugerrands, or your kookaburras. And that's because those coins, the design changes every year, unlike a maple or unlike an American Eagle until recently. Those coins, the design stays the same. They're minted in the tens of millions. They're not collectible. They're very basic. Where a kookaburra design changes every year. Pandas design changes every year. Plus, they're minted in lower numbers. Kookaburras minted at 300 to 500,000 per year. Pandas around 8 million. But you have American Eagles sometimes minted in 30 to 40 million per year. They're very, they're not scarce. There's nothing collectible about them. So your semi-numismatic coins are the coins like your pandas, your kookaburras, the coins that bring some type of collectability factor. People want to collect every year because the design changes, and to have every year of a different design can be interesting and collectible to some people. So that's your semi-numismatic coins. They're going to be higher premiums. I like to call it high premium silver, not semi-numismatic, because it's a little contradicting to say that. So, anyways, hold on. Anyways, for further analysis, check our coins, okay, let's move on. Additionally, bullion coins are mass-produced, therefore available at very competitive prices compared to their bar counterparts. In addition, rare gold and silver coins with strong numismatic value or collector appeal are not only investments but are considered pieces of history and as works of art, which, like I mentioned, historically they have been proven to yield highest long-term returns. This sector is strongly subject to the ebb and flow of supply and demand, leaving these coins open to skyrocketing prices, regardless of the current bullion market. And there we go. It's the biggest reason why buying semi-numismatic silver is beneficial, is because it's detached from spot price. Imagine this. All you have are generic rounds or just normal maple leafs, bullion coins. That's all you have. Or maybe all you have are just bars, right? Just plain old bars. Imagine in 20 years from now, let's say spot price is still $18. That means your silver stack has not appreciated a single penny. You have not made any profit, zero. But if you have pandas, kookaburras, some of these collectible coins, at least those coins will have quadrupled, quintupled by then. See how it's good to diversify, build a lot of, weight with your generics, but also branch off and buy some more semi-numismatic, aka high premium silver, so at least you have coins that are appreciating on top of spot price regardless of what spot price does, not to have your entire stack pegged to spot price. Now, yes, spot price will be a lot higher in 20 years, but just imagine if it wasn't. That's why the diversification aspect of it is very important. If you buy what you like, you'll never make a bad purchase, though. So, anyways, these coins can form in cornerstones of a serious collection, diverse portfolio, unique family estate. Regardless which their purchase, physical metals always better investment than paper currency. Advantages of bars. It should be noted that there are a few advantages of buying bars instead of coins. Main thing is pure value. Weight of each bar may differ. If one's going to spend a lot of money, a bar makes sense since you can pull all that money into one item, such as a bar opposed to coins. Additionally, a bar might be more sturdy because it's bigger. Frankly, it's easier to track and a precious metals owner, less likely to lose it. That's the stupidest reason I've ever heard of someone trying to get an invention. It's more sturdy because it's bigger. It's easier to track. I should have written this article. Do you want to hear my list? Listen, okay, imagine someone reading this article, right? And this is all they know about bars and coins, the differences. Now listen to my list. Coins versus bars. This is in my notepad on my phone. Coins are government backed. Right? They're government backed. So most times they're actually harder to fake since it's government backed. But regardless, coins are government backed, and they can also appreciate on top of spot price, like I was mentioning. right? Your stack isn't pegged to spot price. Rounds are always going to be pegged to spot price. So coins can give you that edge. Coins are also more collectible, like I mentioned earlier, but they are pricier. If you're someone starting off, I always say buy as much silver as you can for as cheap as possible. Now, going the high premium semi-numismatic route is not the best ideal type of silver you want to start off buying. You need to crawl before you can walk. Some of these coins are very tricky. They have very tricky markets like Morgan's. You have to know how to appreciate or how to tell what these coins are worth, because just because a coin has a price tag on a site doesn't mean the coin is worth that much. And if you're a beginner, you won't know what that coin is supposed to be worth, so you'll easily get ripped off. It takes time, maybe over the next year or so, after you're watching videos and understanding and learning the markets, then you can branch off. But just buy very safe, generic stuff in the beginning, lower your dollar per ounce average, and that's the best way to go. Now, condition plays a huge role with coins. This is something they didn't mention. High premium silver, aka semi-numismatic silver, so risky, so dangerous, because condition is everything. If you have an MS70, let's say an MS70 Panda, whether it's a 2010 or a 2022, MS70 means it's slab. That's the coin that's in the slab. If that coin gets a milk spot, then that means you just paid 50, 60, 70, 200, whatever dollars over spot for nothing. You might as well bust that coin out of the slab and just sell it as a raw coin. Or you could try to resell it on eBay and rip someone off. That's what happened to me, actually, when I first started. I learned the hard way about the saying, pay for the coin, not the slab. I bought a 2013 MS70 Panda. The 2013 is a very popular design because there's 3 pandas on the coin. That's never happened before. So I bought it, and the guy that took pictures on eBay purposely missed this little spot where there was a milk spot. The light angles or whatever he did, you couldn't see the milk spot, and there was no refund, no return policies. So I might as well have busted that coin out of the slab. That's where high premium silver is so risky, because condition matters. That's all it matters for, because it's collectible, and if the coin isn't in good condition, it's not collectible. So anyways, coins are pricier, condition plays a huge role, whereas bars, you can just touch it with your bare hands, you can throw it against the concrete ground, it doesn't matter. And then also, coins, well, I guess depending on the type of coin, might be harder to sell and less liquid, which they said the opposite. They said coins are more liquid, which doesn't make sense. No. Coins, you have to find a specific buyer, and not, like I said, depending on the coin in my notepad. Let's say I have a 20, or let's say I have an 1898 or 1921 Morgan or something, but it's a Carson City. I have to find a specific buyer willing to pay the price I offer. You can't just throw that coin online. There's so little of those, or so few of those on the market, that you have to find someone willing to pay the price you offer. That's not a coin you just walk in and just pay, and just charge $5 over spot or something. Whereas bars, you just, a 10-ounce bar, whatever spot price is, times 10, maybe a couple dollars over spot. Bars are the most liquid. Also, along with, maybe Eagles or Maples or something. But bars are very liquid. Just go to your coin shop, dump it on the table, because it's purely for weight. Purely for weight. There is no collectability, so that makes it the easiest to sell, because you don't have to find a collector. You're cutting out the collector. So it's funny that they said the opposite. And liquidity is key. Another thing about bars, though, is it's a bigger bang for your buck. The cheapest way to add the most weight to your stack right now is buying 10-ounce generic bars. You could go heavier, but I don't recommend going heavier, because let's say silver does hit $200, $250 an ounce someday. If you have kilo bars, it's going to be extremely hard finding someone who's able to afford that. Just like why a lot of people don't buy 1 ounce gold coins, they buy a tenth or a fourth ounce or an eighth, 1 gram, because it's easier if they want to sell that to someone's willing to have a couple $100s, not a couple thousand. Same with bars. I never buy heavier than 10 ounce bars. 10 ounce generic bars, biggest bang for your buck. Instead of having to pay a premium on each one of those 10 ounces, you only have to pay a premium on one 10 ounce bar instead of 10 1 ounce coins. So bars, definitely a way to go if you're someone who's stacking silver as just silver. Bars condition doesn't matter. More stacking for your weight, less collectible, but they are attached to spot price. Like I said, if all you have are 10 ounce bars in your stack, and let's say silver stays to $18 in 20 years, your stack hasn't appreciated a single penny. So what I recommend is, and I'm not telling you to do this, I'm just saying the best option literally would be buying weight, maybe add 100 to 300 ounces to your stack, and then branch out to some other coins that are detached from spot price. So at least you know your stack is appreciating on the side regardless of what spot price does. So anyways, yeah, that was my list. There's other little things, but I'm not gonna mention that stuff. I mean, this is the meat and potatoes. That's the meat and potatoes of it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button and make sure you subscribe because I do post daily videos. If you want to purchase some silver, some bars, some coins, the deal that I offered, is a very good deal, by the way, then send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you, or let them know you want that deal for the coins, the Britannias, Philharmonics, Maple Leafs, Crew Grants for only $4.75 over spot. Let them know Silver Slayer sent you. They'll love to hear it. Andy Scheckman's the CEO, great guy, and that's a great way to build a direct connection to a nice big bullion dealer, that can fill $50 million orders where most companies cannot do that, because he's a big dog. He's one of the top dogs in the industry. So great to build a relationship with him, and you can do that through sending an email and letting him know that I got you. So yeah, link to this article will be in the description. Let me know if I missed any points or what you think. Do you like coins or bars? Thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.